Hey everybody, I'm Arius and welcome to the channel. I wanted to get this video out about this new game I'm really excited for and to point my content towards that direction for now. What you're seeing on screen right now is the release time for the Outriders demo. Outriders is a game coming out April 1st. It initially was going to come out early February, but they delayed it and they said, you know what, since we delayed it, we have the first little bit ready. We're going to release a free demo. This demo is it's not a beta. It is actual gameplay. It is a free demo that will allow you to play through this first little bit of the game to see if you enjoy it. There's no time limit. There is a level cap. There is a materials cap. There are only a certain few quests you can do. You will be able to get to play to the first boss, and then after the first boss, more side missions will unlock. So there is limited gameplay, but this should give you the feel of if you're going to enjoy the gameplay loop or not, and how you do with all of that. This is super, super nice. Honestly, everything that I've looked into about this game has made me more and more excited. I am super, super stoked for this game. And I just wanted to talk a little bit about why I'm excited, and whatnot. I will be playing this as soon as the demo releases, and I will be getting my opinions out there on, the early game, each of the classes, how I feel they would perform, which playstyle I like the best, and then trying all the different weapons. I really plan on doing a deep dive on this game, assuming I like the gameplay. All of the core mechanics, all of the class systems, all of the builds seem super, super fun. And that's definitely something that I'm excited for. My only stopping point here is that, if I don't enjoy the gameplay, I probably will end up not playing it that much. But that we will come to see if that is the case or not. As far as one of the mechanics I'm most excited to see, it is their crafting mechanic. So you can't make guns in this game. It's not, gathering materials and making actual things. How they have interpreted crafting is every weapon has mods. So you can see those two mods listed at the bottom of the screen. The Migraine is a legendary submachine gun. The legendary mod is Ultimate Bleeding Bullets. The shots inflict bleeds on enemies. And the second mod is Bombs Ahead, which says killing shots turn enemies into an anomaly bomb, dealing a ton of damage, cooldown of 3 seconds. So this is really, really cool. Bleeding on a submachine gun seems like something that's very synergistic. On hits on submachine guns would definitely be pretty cool. But let's take it one step further. Let's look at this legendary gun. This is the Grim Marrow. It's a legendary light machine gun. And you can see the legendary mod here is that killing shots create an anomaly singularity. When destroyed, the singularity explodes, dealing damage to enemies within a 6.5 meter radius. The damage that it deals on any of these mods is going to be affected by the item level. So if it looks a little low or a little high, it's just because these items are different levels. We're operating off of screenshots from the Outriders wiki. We don't have a ton of the weapons revealed yet, so I am working with what I have. And then here we see the secondary mod is shots inflict slow on enemies, cooldown of 4 seconds. So that singularity mod's really, really cool. I'm not a super big fan of the shots inflict slow on enemies here on the Grim Marrow, but we can see here that there's a theme between these two weapons of killing shots create this thing. And if we really, really wanted, the crafting system of Outriders is that if we really, really wanted, we can take one of these mods and throw it on the other weapon. So you'd get something like this. Obviously, this is my scuffed MS Paint job of me just snipping the photo onto there. But you get the gist here, right? The premise behind Outriders crafting system is that you can deconstruct a weapon in order to get the mods, and then you can apply that mod to any weapon endlessly from then on, as long as you learn it the first time. And so, if we really wanted, we could take the Singularity mod from the maybe we like the submachine gun more than the light machine gun, or maybe the opposite. But whichever gun we like more, we can deconstruct the other one, take the mod, and then throw it onto the weapon we actually like. And that means that the end game isn't going to be these best in slot legendaries. I mean, it might, right? But but that's going to be determined by the best build, and each build is going to have a weapon that is best suited to them. So let's say you're playing some kind of maybe a Trickster, and you're playing like a close range anomaly damage type build. Here, you're stacking 2 different anomaly effects on your submachine gun. You're teleporting behind enemies, you're shooting them, they're pulling other enemies in, and then they're exploding, and then that's exploding. This is a whole lot of synergy in one little kit. But the beauty of this system is that there isn't going to be a best in slot legendary. You're actually going to have a best in slot crafted item based on whatever legendary you most like using, and then whatever legendary has the most useful mod for you. So just to be super clear on how this crafting system works, you can change one mod of one of these weapons. So as soon as we would put the Singularity onto the Migraine, Bombs Ahead would lock in. We can no longer affect that mod slot. However, we can affect Singularity as many times as we want. We can change Singularity to something else, to something else, to something else. Every time there are crafting material costs to do this, but it's something that we can change continuously. Here I have another option for you. Here are 2 assault rifles. On the right we have the Voodoo Matchmaker, which is a legendary, and you see the legendary mod there is Ultimate Damage Link, which says shots link up to 3 enemies, sharing 30% of their weapon damage dealt and 10% of their anomaly damage dealt. Just to be clear, this means that you would shoot multiple enemies. So you shoot at one enemy, and then as soon as you shoot the other, they now share the damage dealt between them. And the same thing once you hit a third, and then it stops right there. Well, if we got this rare item to drop, Heir to the Desert, we would see that it has the Ricochet mod, which says successful shots ricochet to a nearby enemy. Meaning, if we really wanted to, we could take the Voodoo Matchmaker, we could put Ricochet on it instead of vulnerability bullets, and now we have the Voodoo Matchmaker with Ultimate Damage Link and Ricochet. So now we can fire at one enemy, that enemy gets damaged, the shot ricochets to a different enemy, and now they're linked. And so instead of us, with Damage Link, having to spray crowds of enemies in order to get that up, now we can focus on one single target, and the damage will keep spreading to other enemies nearby. In addition to the shot damage actually ricocheting as well. So this would be a great way to turn a single target weapon into a big AoE monster. I have one last crafting example for you. Keep in mind, these are weapons I'm pulling off the wiki. The wiki is not complete nearly at all. There are very few weapons on there. This is just things that I can think of from the things I'm seeing in front of me. There are plenty more weapons, plenty more combinations. There are so many things in this game, and I think that's part of the reason I'm so excited for it. But here you see we have the Bulwark, which is an automatic shotgun, and the Molten Idol, which is a legendary rifle. Not a lot of the intricacies of the crafting system are known. It is possible that maybe you can't transfer mods between weapon types, though I doubt that's the case, but it could be the case. If that is, then this obviously wouldn't work with these two being 2 different weapons. But if we can stretch our imagination a little bit, we can see the Molten Idol, which is the legendary rifle on the right, has Ravenous Locusts, which shots create a swarm of locusts, dealing damage over 15 seconds, inflicting weakness to enemies remaining within a 6-meter radius of the target, cooldown of 2 seconds. The other mod is Brain Eater, which says critical shots do not consume ammo. Also, these are weak spot crits, meaning hitting specific targets on a body, not crit chance or anything like that. And then our second weapon here is the Bulwark, which is an automatic shotgun. It has Embalmer's Rage, which says after a killing shot, all following shots will inflict critical damage for a few seconds. And Anomaly Enhancement, receive bonus firepower equal to 5% of your ability power. Which that, in its own, being able to scale your weapon damage with your anomaly power is really, really cool, and I'm glad that's something that exists. But what I'm mainly interested here is Embalmer's Rage. So after you kill something, your shots, all your shots after that, and keep in mind this is an automatic shotgun, will deal critical damage. So in my head, there's a possibility that you could take Brain Eater, put it on the Bulwark, and now you have a gun that you kill one enemy with, and now all the rest of the shots inflict critical damage. And because they're if critical shots that inflict critical damage means critical shots, now you're not consuming ammo on an automatic shotgun for a few seconds after every kill. We're assuming a lot here. And on top of that, we're possibility that if you kill something, the buff refreshes. There's a chance it would have to expire first. Obviously, that would, even if it expires first, you're talking like maybe you're using 3 shots out of the clip before you just go full auto mode. This is something that's really, really fun to see and really, really exciting for me. I like to do dumb stuff in video games. The optimal way is not the best way. And it is dumb stuff like this that I would be super, super excited to do. And the beauty of it is I'm not wasting anything by doing this. The only thing that would happen is I would deconstruct the legendary, and now I can use either of that legendary's mods on any gun I have. I'm not losing a lot by being able to try these things out. Obviously, I would have to farm up the crafting materials, and maybe there is some kind of, you only get this material from deconstructing a legendary weapon. Maybe that would kind of stall me out, but the ability to create your own weapon in a game that is based on loot is one of the reasons I'm super ready to try out Outriders on February 25th. That is all I have for you today. There's not a lot known about Outriders. There's a lot of stuff still not filled out in the wiki. There's a bunch of different videos out there that you can look into, blah, 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 whatever. I probably will make a video on each of the classes at the very least, while this demo's live, and kind of also my kind of beginning experience on if things were explained properly and so on and so forth as I learn more about the game. This game is something I'm really excited to play. I'm super excited to be covering it on the channel as well. Please do let me know in the comments if this was a video you enjoyed. If you want to learn more about Outriders, I can absolutely make more videos. I will spend today playing a lot. So definitely the video will not be coming out today, but maybe tomorrow or the next day might put out another video about Outriders depending on how much I'm loving it. If you want to stay up to date on everything I'm doing, there is a Discord server for the channel. Just click through in the video description to find a link to that. Lots of wonderful, wonderful people. And go ahead and subscribe to the channel because you may as well. It's free. And it helps me a lot. And I'd really appreciate it. So thanks so much for watching the video and take care.